with Band Candy, and I am here at Dingbatz with John Astronomy. And I want to ask you, can you tell me about your first concert? What year was it?
My first concert that I consider a real concert was 1984, and it was Kiss and Accept at the Stanley Theater on March 4th, 1984. Technically, my real first concert was Sha Na Na.
Oh my God, Sha Na Na was my first concert too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't believe that.
I can't
That's
believe
insane.
that was my first concert too. That's
But I
crazy.
forgot the date. Bowser was there.
That
That is amazing.
So cool. Okay, very
So,
random
but
thing in
my
common.
first, that is so
That
cool.
is my real first concert too, so I love
That's
that.
my real
I
first
love
concert.
that. Okay.
And I forgot what date that was, but my first concert in this genre of rock and roll was Kiss and Accept. March 4th, 1984, the Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it was appropriate because Paul Stanley played at the Stanley Theater, so that's cool.
Very cool. Now, did you get a shirt that night?
Oh yes, and here's the big deal. We got, I took like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 friends in a station wagon with my parents to the show, and we drove 2 hours to the show. And then we all bought shirts, but we bought a Kiss shirt and we bought an Accept shirt. But for some reason, the first day we had to wear the Accept shirt. So all the kids who went to that concert wore the Accept shirts the first day, but they were sleeveless. They were like almost like tank tops, so they weren't really appropriate for school. Now, if somebody wore those, I don't know if they'd even allow them in a high school, but we did it. This was back in like 1984, of course.
And so who brought you to that show?
My parents. My
parents brought you?
and my mom and dad, who love Kiss, and now when we go to Kiss shows, they're just right with me. But at the time, here's how stupid I was. My poor parents had to sit 2 rows behind us. So all of us were here, and then my poor parents were 2 rows. But now, like, the reason that half of them, you know, a major part of my career has happened was because of my parents, A, getting me into music, and then B, striking up a great friendship with Ace Frehley, and that's what led me to work with Ace and write, co-write his book, co-write songs, this, that, and the other thing, tour managing and all that. So I love Ace, I love Kiss, and my parents made it happen. My father is, my mom Linda, my father John, they are amazing. And my dad's a great guitar player from a group first called the Chantels, later the Joy Loaders, and he's a rockin' guitar player. Plays a Strat.
Did you ever dress up as Kiss for Halloween?
Any
did. Member?
I did. But the funny thing is that I used to dress up like Paul Stanley because I used to have curly hair. So
I dressed up like Paul Stanley and took my son to see Kiss for his 8th birthday. Yeah, he was Gene.
Did he love it on the end of the road tour?
We're bonded by Kiss Forever. This was 2013.
Oh, cool. Yeah, every Kiss tour is great, and I'm, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I love all genres of Kiss, and I think they're all equally great. And I've seen Kiss on like every single tour. So.
Awesome. I've seen them.
I mean, not the early days when I was a little baby, but you know, from maybe 1984 on, I've seen him every tour.
So now tell me, what is your next project or tour? Like, tell me what you're doing.
Okay, so
what's next?
we have, believe it or not, I'm not sure when this is going to go out, but in 2 days we are playing a great bar called Lot 13 Long Bar in Bayonne, New Jersey, and then we are going to take a month to ramp our gig up, and we're going out on tour with Ace.
Nice.
And we're going to do, we're doing one show, Return of the Comet, which is an amazing band, made up of all people who play with Ace. John Ringen.
Come to us when you're done.
Come and say hi. Come and say hi.
Chip, we're doing it. I love it. Get Chip.
Look,
This is
Chip
my
right here,
brother,
Chip right here.
who I love, and I have been Chip's fan since the early days.
How did you two meet?
We first met in the early 90s when Chip was mixing an album.
She was 13 years old then.
I
You shouldn't
know.
even been
Oh
talking to
my
her.
I know.
It's great here.
We used to hang out at the Limelight together back in the old days.
I got to go pick up the guy who's got all the drugs. I'll be back.
Okay, good. Chip, I love you, Chip.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Peace.
Chip and
Anyway.
I got a story. You want to hear this?
Yes.
This is enough story.
Okay.
one of my best friends in the whole world, his name is Rob Fiore, real name Fiorentino. He was hanging outside my apartment when I lived on 32nd Street and 5th Avenue in Manhattan. This was like in 1992 or something weird. And next thing I know, a brick went through my window, and I later found out that Donnie V and Rob were the two people down there. One of them was responsible for throwing that brick through my window, and I had to tell. I think it's the statute of limitations is over. I had to tell the complex that the random people threw a brick through my window. But I was on the 3rd floor, and somehow they threw a brick into my apartment. It went through the window, and that was that. Broke my window. So we had to have a replacement. But guess who it was? Rob and Donnie V. How crazy is that? So I know those guys since the 90s.
Well, I'm gonna have to catch you when you're playing with Ace too.
So I'm playing with Ace in this area, the Starland Ballroom in June. I'm playing a great venue in Long Island called the Paramount, which I really love. Thank you. Paramount's a great place, Long Island. I love that venue. They give you a brick when you play there if you're a headlining band. Like an actual brick that has your name etched into it. So they give Ace a couple of great bricks. And then I'm playing a place in Lake Plains, New York. So if you go to, I have my band is called Like It, and we've got that's the hardest band name to have a website for, because like it's not easy. So our website is like-it-online.com. If you go there, you will see all our dates. We're going to be doing, like I said, Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts with Ace, and a bunch of gigs. So you can check that site, and then you'll see where we're going to play.
Awesome.
I appreciate you having me on your show. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I hope I did a good job on this interview.
Awesome.
Did I do?
I love the Sean and I part. I absolutely love that.
I love
that's
it.
awesome.
Sean and I cannot believe that. I love that. How cool is that?
I was at the Civic Center in Poughkeepsie when I saw them.
Oh, that is cool. I love Poughkeepsie. It's one of my favorite towns.
That's right.
And I saw them somewhere maybe in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, a little small town outside of Pittsburgh.
Awesome.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Awesome.